Hey everyone, I don't normally do reviews like this, but this is actually a review on the Hero 3 GoPro camera. Action camera. It's a great little camera, takes awesome video. And this one here is the Hero 2, which I purchased about a year ago, and I purchased this one about 7 months ago. Not actually this camera, and you'll know why in a minute. But I just want to share with you my experience of the Hero GoPro 3, and I'll tell you right up front, I'll give you my whole opinion on the camera itself right up front, having used it now for about 8 months off and on. I think GoPro made a huge mistake in releasing this so early, because I've been looking at some of the blogs and some of the help pages, and the firmware software is terrible on this one. In fact, every setting that is above a 30 frame rate per second, like the 45, whether it's on 960p or 1080p or the 720p, anything above the 30, I have had problems with this. In fact, I have already sent one camera back to GoPro, and they sent me this new one. This is my second camera. So this is updated on the latest firmware on the website, GoPro website, to May 19. That's 2013 or 2013. So they did really release this too soon. I've been having major problems with this. Now, as far as customer service goes at GoPro, I would give customer service at GoPro a very high rating at the entry level. Now let me explain that. When I first started contacting them about the problems I was having with my first camera, I was a guy by the name of John S. The letter S is his last name. And so John was very helpful. He responded to my emails all the time, and I really needed this thing to work, because I use this for my business, work in the tourism industry. I use this for my business for a lot of marketing and putting videos on the internet to try to get some business. So these tools are pretty important to me. And so John kept up with me. Eventually he said send it back to us, so I sent it back. It cost me about, because I live overseas, it's where I work, it cost me about $47 to send this back to GoPro. And they sent me this new one. I paid the shipping there, they paid the shipping back to where I live overseas. But now this camera's messing up, and they want me to send it again. And I keep telling him, I told John, I said, John, I want you to pay the bill this time. Going there and coming back. Because this camera, frankly, is getting very expensive for me. Every time I got to spend $50 for shipping, that just adds another $50 to the price of the camera. So as he defined it, he said he escalated it to someone above him, because he didn't have the power to make that. And the guy he gave me to was Fausto P. is his name. His name is Fausto. I guess that's how you pronounce it, F-A-U-S-T-O, and the letter P is his last name, I guess. But Fausto never answers well, I shouldn't say never, okay, that's not an honest evaluation, but he hardly ever answers my emails within a day or two. That's business days. I hear from him usually 5, 6, sometimes 8 and 10 days later for the problems that I'm having with my camera. And I can't afford to do that in my business. And so that is very, very frustrating. So at the entry level, you're going to get really good customer service, but once they escalate the problem to a higher level where you want them to start covering some of the costs for their failure and their mess up, you start experiencing some problems. And so I would encourage you, maybe if you're in the States it might be a little bit easier, but I would encourage you to stay on that entry level as best you can, because that's where you're going to get your best customer service. So that's basically my review. I am not a tech person. I'm just an end user. I would call myself a novice / pro, entry-level pro guy who can do some pretty good things with a camera. But I tell you what I need. I need this camera to work. I need these higher frame rates to work for the slow-mo stuff that I want to do. It just makes for some cool video. And if they advertise that that's what this camera does, which they do, it should work. And so I'm going to be sending this camera back I'll be on my third camera. They've already given me the okay, but I'm going to wait till they pay for it, because they're going to pay for it this time. I just don't want to spend a whole lot more money for this camera. But I really do like the smaller size of the Hero 3, but really the reality is the Hero 2 is the one that will work, because I've been using this and it works on all the settings that it has on here. So, but the problem is this one doesn't have the kind of professional level settings I need for this one. So anyways, you can leave your comments below. Hope you enjoyed this little review of some of the problems that I've had with GoPro camera. Some of you have been having problems like that too. You can just make some comments below. I'll try to answer and give you what I have dealt with. So